What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the forest. So my save didn't work. I don't know what happened, but don't worry, I'm not going to be repeating any of the things that I did in the last episode. Today we're just going to do a few other things, and then off camera I will go ahead and I'll just kind of progress back to where we left off. We're going to cook up some of this food, and we're going to do this walkway, and we're going to replace these stick things and make the rabbit trap later. So today what we're going to do is do some traps. A lot of people, what I saw in the comments, a lot of people were kind of just like, I'd rather see you build than explore caves. And I was actually relatively surprised to hear that, but I guess I see where you guys are coming from. Sometimes exploring caves, we do it so much that it kind of gets a little redundant. And I do understand what you guys are talking about when you say that you'd rather see me build and whatnot. So what we're going to do is kind of just like set up our base to be a little safe at the gate. Since the defensive spikes were pretty much broken, I kind of feel like it would be a good idea to do some deadfall traps on either side of my walls in case the cannibals decide to get a little close, you know what I mean? I'm going to try and set them up the right way this time and not the wrong way, because last time I did them, that's not close enough to my wall, and it's going to bug me if it's not. Last time I set them up the wrong way, and I had to kind of kite the cannibals into the deadfall traps. That's also not the way I want it to be. So kiting them into the traps isn't exactly the reason to have traps. The traps are meant to be there to kill them before they get close to you, and the fact that I had to get really close to them to be able to kill them and kite them into it just didn't make sense for me to even have those traps anymore. So that's the best we're probably going to get out of this one. We're going to build them one at a time. We're going to build this one first. It's 2 rocks, a few more sticks, and 4 logs. 4 logs is nothing bad at all. I don't know if we have our sled anymore. I don't think so. We should probably just go ahead and build one of those real quick. So I don't know what happened with the save. It could have just been a little stupid thing on my part where I didn't save and I just slept because I'm so used to doing that, or I was in a rush to leave or something. I'm not really quite sure because it was a while ago. But you know, I will build back up to where we are off camera. I kind of like started the recording and realized that it was not saved, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna do the episode because I'm ready, and then I'll just fix that shit later, you know. The regular. You know, only the best for me. Only the best for me, because I'm always really on point with my saves and knowing what I'm doing, and by that I mean never. Here we go. Okay. Log sled is finished. Let's head over here and get these trees like we did last episode. And I'll just get the trees from somewhere else to have what we did. We didn't really do too much. We kind of just did blueprinting and we made the rabbit cage. Is this seriously stuck? I was like, what the hell? We didn't really do much. We just kind of made the rabbit cage and that kind of stuff, so it shouldn't take me too long to go ahead and do that off camera, so here we go. So, also a thing, if you guys like this game and you enjoy me watching this, or playing this game, earlier on in the season I used to get scared a lot more in this game. If you didn't know, or if you want to go back and watch it, the playlists are in the description, but there is a game coming out, I believe tomorrow by the time this is posted, and it's called The Evil Within, and it's supposed to be one of the scariest games of the year. It's made by Bethesda, the same people that made Skyrim and the Fallout series and all that kind of stuff. So if you really like to see me scared, and you really like to see me shit myself and not know what the hell to do and probably get stuck on a whole bunch of points and get really angry at myself about it, you probably should check out that series tomorrow when the game releases on Steam. I'm going to try to be one of the first ones to post it up on YouTube. The episodes are going to be either 2 30-minute parts a day or just an hour-long part every single day until I beat the game, with a face cam, of course, so that's pretty sweet, and I'm looking forward to that. Really, really looking forward to that, actually, even though I'm going to be scared shitless, and it's going to remind me a lot of the beginning of this game when I was in the caves. Oh, gosh. It was awful. It was very awful when I first went into the caves. There we go. This should be filled now. We grab these 2. and we push it back. This should actually make both of the traps. We're going to want to do one of those noose traps as well to see if they actually fix them. But like I said, we really don't have too many, like, cannibal issues over here. We've been attacked by, like, a few starving cannibals. Maybe if we actually start sleeping not in the treehouse and we start sleeping inside our camp, we'll get attacked by cannibals. So maybe I'll do that next time around. We'll try sleeping inside our actual base. We got a few sticks for it as well, about 5. I mean, these traps are not too hard to make. We could actually make full walls out of them if we really wanted to. There you go. Got a few logs. Alright, so now it's just mainly sticks and rocks. We just gotta find some sticks and some rocks. Here we are. There was the what was it? That looked like a cannibal. What the is that just like a, I don't know. The light was really reflecting really weird off that rock. I thought it was something else. Alright, but what was I gonna say now? The defensive spike traps. What are they called? I want to know what they're actually called. Defense spikes. They don't work. I don't know why they would add something into the game that doesn't work. Maybe they were working when they released, and then when it was actually on Steam, it's a different story. That actually can happen when it does go through with the patch. You never know when something's gonna break. We're gonna have to sleep real quick. We'll sleep inside our base like I said we would. That way we can see if we wake up to some cannibals. There we go. It is daytime, and there is no cannibals. We just need a few more sticks for both, and one more rock. There's a rock. Here's some sticks. We could chop down these trees. We get a lot more sticks out of these trees, so we might as well. There we go. There's a few up here as well. So, I do need some recommendations in-game. When I get to the point where I'm starting to not really have much to do in-game, that's usually when I start asking you guys what you want to see more in the game. From what I've seen, everybody's just kind of like hovering around building, or not everybody, but most, probably about 75% of the viewers, want to primarily see more building and just like keep upgrading my base and making it extremely strong, and then go out on adventures when you're safe at home. And I mean, it makes more sense that I shouldn't travel until I'm safe at home. I mean, you wouldn't travel like in real life if you weren't safe at home, so that does make sense somewhat. We just need to get these defensive walls done. That's our primary concern right now. So there's a deadfall trap. Okay, both the deadfall traps are done. And then if they decide to get a little too close to my base, they're gonna have a whole bunch of deadfall trap in their face. Or it's not deadfall, happy birthday trap. Let's not say the wrong thing. And then we're going to want to make a few of these around this side or something. Just kind of, I mean, it's 5 logs. We want one on each side. Just kind of defend the barriers. Let's rotate this kind of how we have the other one. There we go. A few sticks and a few logs. It's about 2 tall trees. We're going to just go cut down these tall trees over here. There's some tall ones over here. I'm so glad that they added the sled. It adds so much to the game. Makes it so much quicker. Here's our sticks. Awesome, we got the sticks. We just chop down this tree. And somebody in the comments also said to make a effigy. And something that I definitely don't want to do is make... Okay, well, you know what, Bambi? You kind of asked for that, you know? You step in front of a lumberjack smacking down a tree. It's like stepping in front of someone with a chainsaw when he's revving it up, you know? Like, you can't expect to have a great life if you're gonna go ahead and do that. Be smart, Bambi. Be smart. Think about your actions before you do them. Okay. There we go. And we'll do another one of these. There's going to be one log, I think, just chilling on the ground from this, which will be used in one of the traps, so. Kind of unfortunate that we have to do an extra little run, but it's nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy at all. And once these traps are done, We probably should just start working on our defensive walls. Because we need our defensive walls up. And then we kind of are at the point where... We're kind of at the point where it's like, what do we do now? I need recommendations. I need a challenge. I know, I think last season or the season before last season, I went ahead and I found all of the passengers. And that was kind of an adventure. It was kind of like a forced adventure, you know? It was just like, hey, okay. You need to go find all the passengers because you said you would. And I was like, all right, well, we got to do it. It turned out there was a lot more passengers than it actually says you need to find, so it kind of went a lot quicker. It was like 2 or 3 episodes it took me. Oh my goodness, this is insane. It took me like 2 or 3 episodes to find all the passengers. So now I just kind of need new goals after building this base. So if you guys have found anything or found anything cool or have any ideas, go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. I'm quite curious of what you guys do in this game now. Do you guys actually just play this game still, or do you just prefer to watch other people play it? Now that it's kind of so far, like, out of release date, you know what I mean? I kind of understand where you're coming from. There's certain games that I like to still watch, but not really play. Things like GTA 5 and Call of Duty, I enjoy watching, but I don't really enjoy playing too much. So, you know, I kind of have that kind of feel with some games as well. So I would understand completely if you guys just prefer watching than playing. So if you don't really know anything that's in the game, you can always look up stuff. I did want to make one of these skull bombs, but it doesn't work, so it's kind of stupid. I really wanted to make them. For some reason, you can't make bombs. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but on the wiki, it actually does say that it is that recipe, and I'm doing it right, so... Not sure if they changed it for this update or something. This kind of looks like a picnic table, doesn't it? Well, from this side, at least. Not from that side. Starving cannibals just roaming around. Didn't seem to walk into any of my traps. Which we are now setting up. Are these cooked? There we go, I'm going to eat one of them. Maybe we'll stash up some food real quick, too. I do need to get some food. We have, like, 2 lizards and a rabbit left. We need to go ahead and go get some more lizards and rabbits real quick. Where are you, Lizzie the lizards and Rabby the rabbits? What? Why did I just say that? Where are you? I could also use some of these plants. Ow, oh shit, that scared me. I grabbed some of the wrong blueberries off the bush. Off the bushel. Oh, we're at a campsite right here. Okay. These new lawn chairs are pretty cool. I wish I could build them or have them inside my place. Oh, another computer part that I can't use. A stick. Survival man. Oh yeah, I remember about this. I was talking for a couple episodes I talked about the lore of this game and what they could do with it. If you're new around here, you probably wouldn't know what this kind of like the lore is currently based off of just like your surroundings and stuff. So essentially, there's been several, just assuming, there's been several planes that have crashed on this here island. Me being of the 3rd plane that's crashed on this island, I believe there's 3. One of the 2 first planes was a group of tennis players. And these tennis players, I believe, are the ones that are now the cannibals. I'm not sure though. I'm just kind of piecing this thing together. So the tennis players are kind of the cannibals, all right? And they also had some tennis players that didn't go the cannibal route, and they obviously paid the price of death. And here's a starving one. We need to kill her real quick. So the tennis players had to pay the price of death if they weren't going to convert to their cannibalist ways, because then they would obviously be eaten by the other cannibals. And from there, there was a second plane crash on this island. We don't know why planes keep crashing on this island or why they're so attracted to this island, but the second plane hit the island, and it was it wasn't a I guess it wasn't a plane that crashed. I think it was a film crew that came here based off of the crashed plane, thinking that everybody had died here, and they were going to do a Survivor series on the island, kind of like Survivor Man. That's why the script was over there in that campsite. And they ended up filming a little bit and kind of getting some stuff done, and then they ended up getting attacked by the cannibals, eaten, and killed. And then the third plane crash was mine, which we don't really know too much about because we don't know anything about the passengers. But based on what we saw, it was just kind of like a trip, just kind of like a family trip to somewhere because I had my son with me. So it was nothing crazy, and it just the plane kind of crashed and it caused some shenanigans, and we landed here, and now we just have to survive and find our son. Currently, you can't find your son, but I'm really looking forward to the story mode of the game. And basically that's the lore in place. I mean, I'm sorry I had to fill the episode with lore, but I don't really know what left to do in this update. I guess we can do this pathway and we can go do that bridge out there like we wanted to, and we can kind of put these things back in here, but we're not going to do that during episode because I already did it last episode. So thank you guys for stopping by today's episode. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to like the video, and if you did not enjoy it, please tell me why you didn't down below in the comment section, and I will be sure to help you out in the next one and give you some fun stuff to watch. Answer any questions that I asked you today, and I will be sure to respond to you if you have a good insight on anything that I talked about. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Adios.